Hey Pisces, happy July 2018. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Again, this is for Pisces. If you've watched my videos before, you know I cover singles, anybody looking for love, and anybody looking to reconcile. I have been hoping to get some couples reads done, but that has just not been coming to fruition, unfortunately, because I have a lot going on, as I'm sure you do. Oops, first card just fell on the floor. As you know, I pre-shuffle, but I'm going to add a little more energy to the cards. Again, this is for Pisces, anybody looking for love and anybody looking for reconciliation. Again, I will try to do something about couples, but right now I don't have anything in the works permanently, or in the works, you know, steadily. So let's see what's going on for Pisces. Again, this is a general read, so make sure you're always checking your sun, moon. Wow, your cards are flying out all over here. Make sure you're checking your sun, moon, and rising, as some months those may resonate with you more than others. Again, so it's important to remember general read. And I'm going to just point out that if you're cross-watching, because you're dealing with a Pisces, just make sure you keep the comments cool and collected, because I get a lot of comments from cross-watchers. Oh, it's their fault, and they're the ones who did it, and, you know, they're terrible, etc. This read is for Pisces, and, you know, I'm sorry if you've had a difficult time with Pisces, but you know, at some point, everybody's had a difficult sign with every sign. So, just want to point that out there. I love the comments. I love subscribes, likes, etc. But if you are cross-watching, remember, this is for Pisces, and it may not pertain to your particular situation. All right, so and by the way, if you want a private read, the information's in the description. Again, like I said, subscribes, likes, comments are greatly appreciated. Pisces, your last but certainly not least, using the Deviant Moon Tarot that I normally do, but I got a new deck called the 8 Coin Tattoo Tarot, and I absolutely love the deck. So I just wanted to point that out because it's a beautiful deck, but it's very bright on camera and it reflects sometimes a little bit. So, like I was saying, I love this new deck, but they reflect really bright on camera. So, your theme of the month, Pisces, is going to be the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is quick action. It's force, it's movement, it's something moving in either the direction you really wanted to or moving in an opposite direction. Now, if you're single, this tells me that if you are dating and you are looking, somebody may be coming in quick. Somebody who's already come in may want to move quickly. You may want to move quickly, but this is definitely some sort of action that, you know, the universe has a hand in, because it's something that you really can't control even if you tried. So again, if you're single, this may be a really good thing. It may mean somebody coming in, or if they already have, a movement towards the next step in a relationship, maybe committing, etc. If you're looking to reconcile, this tells me it's 50-50. Obviously, we need to get through the rest of the cards, but this says either you're going to get back together and it's going to be quick, and maybe it'll be something where, you know, you guys end up seeing each other somewhere and it happens organically, or it may be that you guys are going to separate forever and it's out of your control. This person's moved on, and you really don't have a say in it. All right, so your current position coming into the month is the Lovers. All right, so if you're single, obviously this definitely means that your current position is you've met somebody, or you're going to be meeting somebody in the month of July, which is a duality. Obviously, it pertains to love. This can also be you know, lust as well, but this is definitely a connection card. This is definitely somebody coming in and a big possibility of finding love this month. This is a pairing, a duality. You guys share the same values, etc. Now, if you haven't met this person, this is how you're coming into the month. You're definitely looking. If you're not looking now, there's going to be something that's going to push you in the direction of looking. Maybe you happenstance upon somebody and you're like, whoa, I wasn't interested in dating, but now that I've met them, I feel like I am. So the Lovers is treading a little lightly here. It's saying, okay, there is somebody coming in, there is something happening here, but I feel like it's not, like, it's gonna move that direction more towards the end of the month. Coming into the month, I feel like you might be a little skeptical. If you're looking to reconcile, it feels like, again, that either you guys are gonna come back together, it's gonna be quick, everything's gonna happen, bang, 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 you're there, you know, back to where you left off, and everything's hunky-dory. Either that, or, you know, you guys are going to meet, it's going to be more of a lustful connection, a physical connection, and then you part ways. Because I hate to say it, Pisces, I'm feeling this really good energy coming in for you at some point, but it doesn't, whatever this is that's moving fast, almost makes me a little weary of the type of connection it is. But let's see what the rest of the read says. All right, so your next card is the Page of Swords. So this is somebody who's seeking the truth, trying to find answers, somebody who is looking. So if you're single, you're feeling this. You maybe met somebody and you're feeling this love energy. You're like, this could be the one, this could be somebody else spend a lot of time with. But internally, as the Page of Swords, you're trying to figure out exactly what they stand for. So you're really trying to figure out, what do they want? Like, you know what you want because you have the Lovers here, but you're trying to figure out, what do they want, and are they being genuine with me? Because this is seeking some sort of clarity, some sort of truth. So you may just be coming in this month going, really, I hope I meet somebody amazing. I really hope I get to this part where I meet my dual person. I meet my, and this is Gemini's card, by the way, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, and you have air energy with Gemini is an air sign, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the page is saying there's something you're unclear on. You may want to move in this direction, but you feel like maybe you've been burned before, and so you just want to be sure about, you know, making the right decision with the right person. If you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely, there's some sort of connection still here. Maybe you guys are meeting for rendezvous. Maybe you guys are meeting and having fun, but there's something that's left unanswered here. There's something that you two do not have the truth on, or you need some sort of clarity on, or you need to know, you know, like, this is fun here if you guys reconnect on this level, or even if you just, you know, start communicating, you may be feeling this, like, I miss them, I love them, I want to be with them. But there's something here that's still hidden or hasn't been shown yet. And again, that's why there might be some quick movement, either cutting them completely off or moving back into exactly where you were, where you left off. The next card you have is your distant past. Again, another air sign energy. And this is over the past 5-10 years. It could be throughout your childhood. And you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is somebody who, you know, basically is very traditional. They know what they want. They know what suits them. They know what they're willing to accept, what they're not willing to accept. This is a fairness, an intellect, a truth, a justful. So this definitely says that some of you, I always read this together whether you're single or looking to reconcile, because this is generally distant past. You know, it's usually something that you want to keep from invading your current status, whether you're, you know, meeting new people or whether you're looking to reconcile. So anything that may have happened in the past that you want to not repeat that pattern, and then anything healthy that you want to bring in. Now, the King of Swords is somebody who is like in charge. So this really feels like you dealt with somebody in the past who called all the shots, and there was a divorce or some sort of court hearing. This could also be like your parents, but there is some sort of like fairness that in the end it all worked out, but in the beginning it feels like it was chaos, like a divorce you didn't know about, or you were being scammed by a partner or husband or wife. There's definitely some sort of situation here that you got burned pretty badly, and the king came in. At some point the situation came out just and fair, but now you have a hard time determining who's being sincere with you and who's just looking for some sort of physical relationship or friends with benefits. Again, it may not have happened to you, although I feel like it is personal, but for some of you it could be watching parents go through certain situations. So now you have, you know, issues watching others that you love go through, you know, terrible divorces, and you just kind of like this month going, you know, how do I decipher what's true and what's not, who's being genuine and who's not? The next card you have is your immediate past over the past few weeks, past month or two. So this is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, you have all air energy here and the Gemini. So you definitely could, well, this is a wand, which is fire sign, but you definitely could be dealing with an air sign energy. But the Six of Swords is leaving a situation. So if you're single, I feel like maybe you're on the fence with somebody and you keep going back to them and then leaving it, and then keep going back to them and leaving it. Or you keep going back to people that you know may turn into more of a this type of relationship than an actual, you know, what you're looking for. It feels like, Pisces, you're kind of going back to a relationship that you know is never going to, or even just somebody you're dating. If you're single, you're dating somebody, or you've been dating people or a few people that you know they're not going to give you what you want. And this is you leaving the situation, but then this is you maybe going back or hopefully finding somebody new. But I feel like you're kind of fluctuating, like somebody's telling you, oh, we're going to eventually be in a relationship, and eventually, but they're not even like off the online dating sites, or they're not being, their actions aren't speaking as loud as their words. And so it feels like you're coming and going, but you may have finally cut them off. Although I just have this feeling you're having a really hard time because there are some people that you truly are attracted to, you like, you feel like you guys could be good together, but I don't know that they're reciprocating or that they're going to. So it feels like you may need to start over in the dating cycle if that's what you're up to, Pisces. You may need to finally retreat and leave it behind and start anew. That may be this door opening for you. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely feels like you're also leaving the situation. There is still a connection here, but these two cards right here, movement, and this one especially, retreating, abandoning a situation. This says, look, you've had to leave the situation. This may be a recent breakup for you, Pisces. This may be very recent. Or, like I said to the people who are single, you might be going back and forth. One minute you guys are, oh, I love you, I miss you, everything's wonderful. And the next minute you're like, I hate your guts, bye. So there's definitely some very confused Pisces out there as far as what they should do, staying or going. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next, 2 to 3 months, so about August, September. Now, you have the Queen of Wands. This is somebody who's very fierce, somebody who's very confident, somebody who knows what they want and they're not afraid to go after it. So if you're single, you're definitely figuring out the dating game. You're definitely going to if you haven't, and you're going to come out very confident. I really do feel like there's some people who are feeding you lines, or you'll go on dates and they're telling you, oh yeah, this is awesome, I'd love to see you again. And then you're thinking it's going somewhere and it's not. It feels like this cycle of you feel this way, and then all of a sudden you're going, what happened? Like, I thought we were moving in one direction and we're not. And I feel like some of it's not your choice. Like, they tell you, hey, I want to see you again, or hey, we should hang out again. And then they're gone, which unfortunately is part of the dating world. The ghosting, the whatever, all those interesting words to describe people who treat other people pretty crappy. So the Queen of Wands is saying, look, Pisces, if you're not in a confident place right now with dating or with a particular person, they may be coming in. Or you may be getting rid of somebody that you've been dating. But the Queen says either way you come out on top. Because the Queen of Wands is somebody that people emulate. They want to be like this person. The Queen knows that she's confident. She knows what she's capable of. She knows her self-worth, etc. So if you are having some confusion or you're feeling like people aren't being genuine with you, you will come out on top in this situation. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like you're going to be cutting them off completely at some point, and you're going to come out on top as well. I think that you may leave one too many times, and then either they say, hey, take a hike, or you say, no, I'm not doing this, and it's kind of like a forced, one of you doesn't have to say, the other person's going to make that choice for you, or you will them. The next card you have is your immediate future, so over the next few weeks throughout the month of July, and you have the Four of Coins, so yes. All right, Pisces, so if you're single, you're feeling you want this, but you're feeling like this, or you're acting like this because you don't feel like you're getting the whole story on either people you're dating or a person in particular or a couple people in particular. Because the Four of Coins is somebody who's frugal, somebody who's possessive, but this is a frugalness and not wanting to hand out your heart. Like, you're torn. You really want to, but you can't tell who's being truthful and who's not, because everybody's telling you, oh, you're wonderful, you're somebody I want to date, and it's not happening. Either that, or you're meeting people who, don't want anything serious. They just want a physical, and you're kind of like, well, I'm not, I have standards. I have, certain things that I expect out of, somebody I'm dating, and you're not giving that to me or showing that to me right now. So I'm not going out of my way to be your friend with benefits, or to go on a date whenever you feel like it, or, be the last choice on your list. No, this is who I am, this confident, amazing person, and you're not giving me what I want. So I feel like you're restricting yourself, Pisces. You're holding back because you know that these aren't the right people for you. If you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. You're like, I can't get back into this full swing with you because I don't have answers to questions I want, and you keep coming and going, or vice versa, you're coming and going. But there's no stability here, and this is you saying, I'm not giving you any more of my time until you can come straight with me, till you can come clean with me, till I know for sure that you're sticking around and not coming and going. The next card you have is anything tangible throughout the month. So anything you may, any situation that may arise or that may come into play. And you have the Emperor, which is Aries card, which is fire, which is very interesting because you have, Aries, which is fire sign, fire, and fire. So you may be dealing with fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But the Emperor is somebody who stands by their beliefs, somebody who stands by their traditions. Your traditions may be totally different than anybody else's traditions, but they're your traditions. And the Chariot is somebody, or sorry, the Chariot, I don't know why I said that. The Emperor is somebody who stands by what they believe in. They have a structure or a traditional way about them. So if you're single, you're definitely saying, look, I'm not willing to sacrifice what I want, my values, because here, this is somebody who has high values in what they're expecting in love. And this is you facing a situation at some point this month. And like I said, Pisces, I feel like you know this person. It's somebody you've dated and they're coming back. It's somebody you've dated on and off, but it's somebody who's not reliable, not stable. And you're going to have to take a stance this month and say, you know, I don't mind kicking it with you and having a good time, but that's not what I'm looking for. If you're, you know, if all you want to do is Netflix and chill, then this is not going to work for me. And they may push back, and so you may find yourself being pretty authoritative with them, saying, hey, you know, this isn't going to work for me, and I've let you know that, and you don't want what I want, or we're not on the same page, and so I can't keep spending my time. I'm going to hold back my time from you, because there is somebody who wants me like that, and wants to have that with me, and it's not you. So you keep coming and going, or they keep coming back going, but I miss you, I want to hang out with you. And this is you at one point saying, nah, screw this, I'm done with the bullshit. Oh, sorry. If you're looking to reconcile, you guys are kind of on a similar flow here, but this tells me that you're the decision maker in it. And like I said, I know all the cross watchers who are going to dog me when I say Pisces, you know, you're the one who is in the right, and you're the one who has the decision on whether you want to get back together with this person. Somebody's going to come on and talk bad about Pisces, and I'll delete it if that happens. But the Emperor card here is saying, look, this tells me that whatever the situation is, you may have taken them back time and time. And they keep coming and going in and out of your life. They're not good for you anymore. You need to stand on your own 2 feet. This right here, this Emperor is saying, and you make that choice. They will continue to come and go as long as you let them. They will continue to think that they have your attention and your time vested in them as long as you allow them to. But at one point here, Pisces, you're going to stand up for yourself this month. The next card you have is anything you're feeling throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. It could be for, you know, an hour. It could be for a day. And you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is somebody who is very formidable. Somebody who is very, she's very understanding, but she's also very mysterious. She's kind of a spirituality and otherness. So if you're single, this may be who you have to become throughout the month. You may have to become more of a, I feel like some of you wear your heart on your sleeve, which you're a Pisces, so like water signs you normally do. But this is you coming into your own, but also being more of a, you know, I'm not giving you any more time, to whoever this is that keeps coming and going, or to the people who you know, keep dating who don't seem to have the time or aren't willing to, you know, be attentive. It feels like you're kind of doing all the work and nobody else is being really organic with you right now. And the Queen of Cups is saying that at some point throughout the month, and hopefully quite a bit, you're going to put a wall up. And not that I want you to put a wall up, but like Pisces, just like Cancer and Scorpio, we tend to, right? Like everything all, this is what I want this many babies, and I want this, and this. And this is you kind of saying, you know what? I'm going to be a little more mysterious this month. If you want my attention, or you want to see me again, you're going to work for it a little bit. Or if this person who keeps coming back and forth, they're like, no, you don't understand, I've had this going on or whatever. You know what? You're going to have to work a little harder for my attention, because I'm worth it and I deserve it. So I'm not, you know, I'm not giving it away. Like, you're going to have to come and pull some answers out of me, or pull some time out of me, because I'm just not going to be as attentive to you since you haven't had the time of day for me. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely you saying, I'm going to disappear a little bit. You come and go all the time, and I'm always here, and I'm always willing to answer the phone and your text, but you disappear from time to time, or you come and go. And this is you kind of role reversing, saying, you know what, if we're meant to be together, then the universe will take care of it. The universe will make that happen. I'm not going to push it anymore, and I'm not going to let them come and go as they please, because I have a life and I have things I need to do as well. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and that doesn't really surprise me, Pisces, because there is some fear here. This is a Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is about fear. It's about anxiety, depression, illusions. Now, the one thing you need to remember, if you're single, this is fear of the unknown. This is fear of, I feel like some of you are dating, and you're afraid that if you do cut these people off, there won't be another chance for somebody else. It's almost like you're holding on, or allowing people in your life that don't want what you want, that take advantage a little bit, that know that you're around when they come around or want to contact you. And your fear is, if I let that go, I'll never find anybody else. But that's wrong, because you will. but this is your fear, and it's an illusion, because the Nine of Swords is you fearing something that is non-existent at this point. And if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. You're worried that if you cut this person off completely, I'll never have a connection like this with another person. I'll never, you know, what if it's the wrong decision? You're sitting here going, what if I'm making the wrong decision? What if he or she is the one? I don't think that that's the case. And I think you know it in your own heart. And I think if you act like this and stop giving them your time and attention, you're going to see a whole different side of that person. So watch out for that too. The next card you have is your outcome for the month. And you have the High Priestess. You have a lot of very spiritual type cards here. Well, not a lot, but like here and here. And even here a little bit. Because the High Priestess is somebody who is very, like, is kind of, not, I don't want to say holiness. That sounds kind of weird. But definitely dealing with holiness and spirituality. And dreaming and being aware of, you know, the unconscious. So the High Priestess is saying, look, if you're single, let it go. Stop trying to control what you can, or stop trying to control what you can't. Let this happen on its own. If somebody's not treating you the way that you want to be treated, or somebody's just contacting you and they want to contact you, if you role reverse, right, and you change it up on them, and they come back and they're like, oh, I miss you, what's going on, and you guys keep going back and forth like that, then they're playing games. But if they come back genuinely concerned and they're like, hey, you know, maybe I haven't been fair to you, I didn't realize this, then this basically is saying there's some signs here. There's some things greater than yourself that you're going to pick up on. You know, no matter what you do, if you cut these people off, or if you stop dating for a little while, or if you just change it up and date somewhere else, this is saying, look, there's something higher at play here. There's something bigger than yourself at play, and you've got to trust your gut. And this is Pisces. Really, this month is the month to trust your gut. If your gut is like gurgling and like, I don't know about this, then I would just cut my loss and run. Cut and go. Start dating somewhere else, change it up, maybe even take a break if that's what you need to do. The High Priestess is saying, look, at some point the universe is going to give you direction at the end of this month, and you'll know which way to go. And I'll clarify it here in a second. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely like, there's something, I think, whoa, all these cards just popped out. I think that if you change it up and you do play this where you're like, okay, I'm, you know, not going to be at your beck and call. I'm not going to answer your text right away. I'm not going to come out. I'm not going to hang out. I'm not going to communicate with you, just because I think you really are going to realize that if they think that they have you, if they think they have you where they want you, then everything's good. The minute they realize they don't, they'll either move on, or they'll either move on, or they will, you know, or they'll come back upset and wanting to know why you're basically not kissing their butt. And I think something's going to happen. Whoa, something's going to happen to where, I kind of like that. I'm going to leave that for a second. I think something's going to happen here, to where, like, I don't know, I hate to say it, but you're going to find out this person who's wanting to reconcile with you is actually, like, seeing somebody out. There's something that's going to pop in that is just like, hey, by the way, they're screwing you around, or they're not being honest, and they've been stringing you along, but they've had other things going on. Now, here's your card, Pisces. So welcome to your reading. Thanks for showing up. The moon is about fear, it's about dreaming, and it's about illusion. So this definitely says, if you're single, don't let somebody's toying with you, or they're going to. If you meet them and they're like amazing and they're too good to be true, I hate to say it, Pisces, but they might be too good to be true. Doesn't matter, because you're more than capable of handling it, and this is you coming into your own. When you get your card in your own read, it makes me feel like you're being completely genuine with yourself. You're going to be honest with yourself and what you want. And I think this means you're going to have to cut off some ties. Now, you may be fearing the worst, because these are both fear cards. You may be fearing the worst. You might be scared of this person who comes in. But if you're dealing with somebody now who comes and goes as they please, again, it wants a booty call, whatever it is, then you're fooling yourself if you think that they're going to want something different from you. So you're blocking this energy from coming in if you're screwing around with other people who aren't worth your time. So be genuine and true to yourself and what you want, and you'll get it, and you'll have confidence in it. If you're looking to reconcile, this definitely tells me that there is some sort of illusion here that they're pulling, and I would be very careful in thinking about reconciling with this person, because there's definitely something that you obviously can't see, and they're not being clear with you on. All right, so the next card you have is the Six of Cups. Now this is interesting. This is revisiting childhood. So you may need to like really take some time out here, Pisces, to figure out what it is you want. Like, what did you dream about when you were younger? What did you always hope for and wish for? Because the Six of Cups is a nostalgia. This is saying, and you know, I mean, I hate to say this, but this could be somebody coming in, but this is more of a nostalgia. This is a looking back. This is a revisitation card. So this is you remembering when times were good. If you're single, this is like, what did I want 10 years ago? How did I get here? What am I doing? What am I doing to perpetuate not getting what I want? And what can I change? But at the same time, like, I had hopes and dreams. What are those? Let's revisit these. You might start having dreams. You may already have started thinking about, you know, what did I used to want? Or, you know, did I want kids? Did I want a family? Why am I screwing around with people who don't treat me good? That's not going to get me where I want. And that's where this High Priestess might come into play. You might start having dreams or a lot of reminiscing this month, thinking back on childhood, thinking about things that made you happy, and how can you bring that into your life now and ensure that you're going about it and getting what you want. If you're looking to reconcile, you may feel like, oh, when I think back on this situation with them, you know, there were a lot of good times, but I feel like this revisitation for you, if you're looking to reconcile, is going to be what ends it, is going to be what perpetuates you to cut them off. Because I feel like you're going to revisit this and go, we have done this over and over and over, and we're not getting anywhere. Nothing's going to change. So here I am. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be this confident queen, and I'm going to make a clean break. And I don't think they're going to like it at all. And it may hurt at first, but I think that's what you may need to do. So Pisces, I hope you have a good July. I will talk to you soon. Bye.